6:10 p.m. in Abu Dhabi. Today is Saturday, 14th of June, 2025. And today is our WeAreOne group weekly session number 249. And topic we'll discuss today is on life transformation and choose wisely. So this life transformation, many name it is called, that it's awakening or complete transformation, ascension, elevation. Basically, this journey from our earlier life, which is commonly held our three-dimensional reality, our common life experiences, our experience will be shifting to a higher level, that is the transformation is all about. Where we'll reach, that is holistic living, it is called, like living based on spiritual principles. But that spiritual principles on theory. Yeah? What are those which we can apply? So today we'll discuss about the practical approaches, the tips. What exactly are the things we can implement in our life which makes this transformation possible? As we mentioned many times, external world will not change. It is not about changing your outside world or environment. That is not the transformation is all about. Transformation is all about completely reorganize your experiences of life. Your experience will change. Outside things will not change. Your experience will completely change. Why? Because what we call our life is basically our own experiences. That is all called life. The time when the experience is not there, life doesn't happen. Suppose somebody goes into coma. Life doesn't exist there because experience has stopped temporarily, but it is stopped. And at the end of life, at the death, it is permanently stopped. So there is no life, no experience at all for this life. So it is all about transforming or reorganizing, recalibrating, reforming, the way you call it, reconfiguring your experiences. That makes your life from all this level to the higher level, where whatever the struggles and the efforts and the negativities and all will not touch you. So I'm just from the beginning, I'm making it clear, nothing in the external world will change. Why they will not change? Because they are by design, they are there. They want you to, by trial and error, to find it out, through experientially, to find it out and evolve. That's the purpose of there. So here we will go into the point by point, which are the practical things, as I mentioned a little earlier, we can follow, or you can say these are the advices we get from those who already elevated. They are telling us this is the way to do it, and if we follow them, we expect to reach there. We hope to reach there in that level, that is elevated level of experiences. That experience will change, experience will transform, and in that way our life will transform completely. Needless to say that this is not a comprehensive list. Like, this is not that this is the only thing or these are the best thing. There are many more, but we have chosen few to give you some kind of glimpses of those, what are those which we can implement in our lives, which can be helpful to transform our lives. Because all of us, we need to transform our lives. We want to live in joy, peace, harmony, love, everything. That's what we wish. That is our goal. But through the experiences of life, we are not getting whatever we wish for, what we wanted. So this checklist will give you to see where do you stand on your own. You don't need to tell anybody. Nobody will give any score or doing something or to follow something, not to follow something. Maybe you think that you are doing it, but if you see going too deep, you see actually you don't. When the situation comes, you take the opposite, action. So things like that. So it's your own checklist to see that whether you're following this track or something else. Also, during the explanation, I will tell what is the reason we don't choose this particular method. What are the misconceptions we may have? What are the conditioning we may have that is preventing us to follow that? Yeah. So that will make it clear so that you can choose wisely. Yeah. Because life is full of choices. Every moment we have a choice. In our life, we make our choice consciously or unconsciously. Or if you don't take any action, if you choose it by default, something will come. So, but that is also, it is absence of choice, but something will come anyway. So whether you like it or don't like it. But if you choose wisely, then the elevation is possible. So that is why the topic today is, if you choose certain things, why I will explain. Certain things, it will be the ingredients for you to move to that particular peaceful, blissful life, with what we call a holistic living. Okay. Now let us go to these points. Okay. First point is choose integrity over winning. From the childhood, actually, we have been given that we need to win. We need to there are a lot of competition. It starts from the since that from the primary education, there is the good schools are less. We have to get admitted into that. Then exams are there. You have to pass, and then after we pass through, then you have to enter into college with a lot of competition. Then after we get a good college, a good score, and all those things. You have to get a certain grade to get a better colleges. I mean, then or you want a particular stream of education. After that, you have to do the interviews and tests and exams and all those things to click a good job and things like that. So everywhere is competition, and we see that in the social structure also outside that whoever has so-called successful, they win certain things. They achieved certain things over winning over others. Yeah. So this is drilled into our psyche that we need to win. So that particular issue is there built in from our conditioning, from our childhood, in the society, in the education system, in our earning, means job profile. Even you wanted to find your match or life partner, there is also competition. There is a lot of selections, a lot of criteria and things like that. And then you get to click with someone and things like that. So competition is everywhere. So you need to win. Yeah. So this is absolutely, there is nothing wrong in that. And this came, as I said, from our childhood conditioning. Yeah. But thing comes that this is so much of competition. Winning is not easy. Yeah. Think that particular, when I'm talking about our time, the joint entrance examination for the engineering, I think maybe there were total 100 seats, and there were 35,000 candidates are appearing into the exam for those 1,000 seats. And within that 1,000 also, there are categories, thousands or 1,200, whatever. Out of that, you have to come into the, first few hundreds to get a good, college and good, what is called department and things like that. So what does that mean? Means that out of that 35, I'm just giving numbers for example to understanding that unless until you get into that 1,000, you will not be able to meet your whatever you wish for. So what happened to those 34,000? They are basically means every year we are creating 1,000 successful people or candidate and 34,000 so-called failed candidates. isn't it? See the proportion. The number is so huge. It is here. It is maybe 1:30 or in that range. Everywhere it is like that. This number tells you the competition is very tough. Yeah. So it is everywhere. It is almost similar. So in this way, what we need to do, we check our capabilities and all, even the highest level of our capability, we find that we are not being able to meet that. We're not able to get there, what we want. Here comes starting of something, you can call it a shortcut, you can call it a, smartness, or you can call it a, somebody, they may think that will, achieve it by hook or crook. This faculty, the way of reaching there by hook or crook, somehow, by any kind of power, muscle power, a power, by political power or references and bribing and this and that, what not. There are many. You know that. I'm not, I don't have all the list to tell you, but there are many ways they try to achieve there. Yeah. So here comes, which is the driving force, because you know that you don't want to be in that 30,000, 34,000 category. You want to do that 1,000, or, in job, maybe there are 10 posts and there are maybe 2,000 applicants. You wanted to be in that 10, not in the rest of, 1,990 who didn't click. Yeah. So you do whatever you can to do it. And this way, what happens is our ego enters into our life, because ego hates to lose. It wants to win at any cost, and that's where it is coming by hook or crook. Somehow we wanted to get into there. So, and we apply it so many places, just whatever we want, then it becomes a part of our character. We don't find it anything unusual about it. Yeah. So people even justify, say, in this world you have to survive, you have to do it. So they make it as a survival, story, or that smartness, or the tricks of the trade, or so-called somebody become experts in the jugaad. So those who are in Delhi and around, they know what that means. So they know all these kind of things. Wherever it is needed, they will all these things to make them life successful. Okay, so it is possible that you may have achieved, got whatever you wanted in few cases, but what happened is that in the bargain, you lose your character. What is the character? Character is nothing to do with the morality. I'm not saying whatever is called loose character means, humanizing and all. This has nothing to do with the actual character, what we say here, which is in the spiritual context. Character means congruence in your thoughts, words, and actions. Yeah, means whatever you are thinking, same thing is coming, reflecting in your words, and same thing you are pursuing through your work or action you are taking. That's a character. That is a congruence. And whoever is following that, they are following the path of integrity. Integrity means alignment with the truth. So one way there is a need of in the external world to be successful, because you don't want to be left out. They're so huge, the quantity, the ratio, who are left out. You don't want to be part of that. You wanted to be part of the winning streak. And the method you used is to go there. That may not be all aligned with the truth. You have taken many, chal kapat, or, like any tricks you take by hook or crook. That's what I was telling you, took there. And that's where I was saying that ego has come into play, and you maybe you get it. Yeah. But the thing is, when this becomes a part of your character, yeah, there will be no alignment between your thoughts and words and action. So there comes that our version that we think that we're intelligent, we're smart, and that we can break through any kind of challenges, get whatever you wanted and things like that. But the path you followed, it makes you yourself such that that become ingrained in your psyche. Means next, whatever you do, whether it is needed or non needed, you always find some kind of patli means shortcuts. Yeah. To go to that. So, and you say why we need this, we'll do that. And there comes a lot of things with that illegal, immoral things may you start imbibing, and then when those comes, it will contaminate your life so much. Then you yourself will be in a situation, in a place that you are always fearful. All the time you will be fearing to whom you did what wrong, and those maybe they become your enemy, and you basically on this path you develop a lot of enemies because you maybe cheated someone and to bypass someone, or push aside someone to get it whatever you wanted. On the bargain you created a lot of enemy, so they will do their best. They have also ego. Always you, just one principle I'm telling you, if your any ego says something, means any action, any words coming from ego of anyone, always another ego reacts. So that become a tussle of the ego. It has not happened that it comes from your ego and other one become a saint and they will absorb that. Or they said, okay, you are great. To Sigredo. Nobody will say that because that ego will also come. They want to impose superiority, and that's why this whole enmity will start. So, when you are not, it is not possible to hold that kind of power, that kind of thing by hook or crook, achieving something all the time. On the process, you will generate hundreds of people or things or systematic issues, or sometimes it may be legal or criminal kind of things. We will be running after you, to get you down, to catch you or get you down or things like that. Most of the cases, what we found is those make them paranoid because they know they can be trapped any moment. They don't feel safe. They don't feel confident. So in that way, you lose happiness. You lose happiness that the kind of things you so-called you did all those things to enjoy life, and the same enjoyment is completely missing. Life is running. You got whatever whatever you wanted, you got that, but there is no peace. There is no enjoyment of life. It is only life is running. You got whatever you wanted, but you are not enjoying. It's a lifeless life. Okay. So in this case, I hope I explained that what is the background of that. So from there it is coming that the wisdom, that it is, I mentioned the choose wisely. What is the wisdom saying? Wisdom is saying you choose integrity over winning. Even though it feels like you are losing it, following your integrity, what you feel is the right, you feel is the truth. You are following the truth. Even though that means you are not winning there, maybe you are failing there, or maybe you are allowing somebody more, competent, more deserving candidate to go there and win that. You fairly fight, but if somebody wins, don't bring unnecessary some elements which you can, bog that person down to make you win. If you do that, then what will happen? You will be clear from your side. You will not create enemies because it is not from at least your side. If somebody is some negative people, they can always throw stone at you. I'm not talking about that, but you don't create anything. So those are other things that you need to protect yourself, that we'll discuss separately. But here in this case, what happens if you develop your character in the way of integrity, then you will come to a stage that nobody can take anything out of you anyway, because you have not taken unduly to anything I mean, anything from anyone. This place, you will be at mental peace no matter what. Even if you may not be the most richest person in the city or most powerful person in your country, etc. It doesn't matter. Most famous, no need. Okay, but you will be peaceful. Yeah, your life will change. Not only your life will change, you will be able to help many people, other people, to guide them and show the light. Yeah? So holding light does not necessarily mean you are, materialistically, achieved everything. Many people who has followed this path to achieve those, maybe rich and famous people, or maybe powerful people you check with them, their life is not, full of joy. Rather, their life is full of threats. Yeah? So all the time, that is, they may not be able to sleep properly because those things are running in their mind. Yeah? So they cannot do that, and neither they cannot detach from whatever they accumulated. That reverse route is not possible. Sometimes you go to certain level that you cannot even if you wish to, you cannot live. You will be murdered or killed, and those others will, ruin you. So in that place, they got stuck. So that is the place that happened there. So to make your, the sanctity of your life, the purity of your life, if you follow integrity, what I call it, whatever things you're born with, like we're all born with innocence, right? If you can retain your innocence, or even if you have done something, we call it the Ferris wheel. If you have done something, you just slowly get out of those, attachment-wise. And then you come back to the neutrality. That is the best place to be, and that is where you complete all your experiences and come to a state when na kisi se lena na dena. Neutral position. And that neutral position is completely like a liberated, enjoyable position to be with. That is the place of integrity. Your integrity, your thoughts, words, and action are same. Suppose you falsified to many people, or you glorify something you didn't have, or something, bade gappe diye. So next time, say after 2 years, you meet with that same person, you need not to think last time what I told, this guy. So maybe I falsified about, what I have. I have this house, that house there, and all. Maybe it's all false, or this car, that car. And after 2 years, I met. So I have to remember what I told him last time. Yeah? Otherwise, I will get caught. No? So if I say, oh, look, I have a house there, last time you're telling you live there, but now you're saying last 5 years you're living here. So what is that? So anyway, you lose your credibility and all those kind of things. So in this case, what is the best way not to overburden yourself? That if you just tell the truth, then you need not to think about, what I told earlier and all those things. There is no need, no need to unnecessarily inflate yourself and say, I'm better than you. No need. Okay. So, okay, suppose somebody is, much higher, they have more wealth, more reputation, more power. I said, okay, yeah, it's all, it's all divine grace that you are enjoying, and that, God bless you. Yeah. No need. But that does not mean that whatever I have is unique. Whatever you have is unique. I need not to copy you. I need not to go there. Why should I? So this is the approach. If you take, then all those kind of things will go away. But anyway, initially when I told that you need not to be, that only maybe 1,000 people go out of 30,000 and all those kind of stuff, I'm not saying you don't compete. I'm not saying that. You sit home and don't appear in any exam or interview. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is you give your best. And whatever you will get, accept that this is what I'm supposed to get out of this. No need to follow some kind of shortcut or all, patli gali, or, that any other means to reach there. That's what I'm saying. But suppose you have the capability, you compete and you win, you become a top, why not? Definitely, you will go there. Winning is not the issue. The way you reach there is the issue. Why is the issue? Issue is not at that time. Issue is what that follows. Later on, that will come and bite you. Those things, because to whom you have just suppressed, or maybe in the office you wanted a promotion, you make some kind of conspiracy against somebody else who is more deserving candidate and you got the promotion, etc. That person will become your enemy. Yeah. And they will do whatever they can to drag you down. And that will make your life hell. Suppose you have given a lot of makhan to some big boss and that big boss, promoted you. You didn't go as per your capability because of this oiling. Everything will change. Someday that boss will go or transferred or something will happen. First thing, your organization will to fire you. Yeah. First thing, because you didn't deserve to come there. They know, everybody knows. It is in the organization, in the political system, in the country, and everywhere it happens like that. Yeah. But if you deserve to be there, then nobody can do anything about you, because even if they do little bit harm, I call it come down 3-4 steps, but again you can go there because you know the steps. Yeah. Ups and downs are possible, but nobody can just throw you out like that. Anyway, so I hope you get this point. So this is what. So you can say that integrity is the best strategy. Okay, if your integrity, if you follow the integrity in your life and your personal life, professional life, even among the friends, society, maybe you will not gain like a so-called whatever social gain and all. So you can get in this message is you drop that gain, but you choose integrity, because that will give you lifelong stability and that self-satisfaction of living a life which is necessary for you to elevate yourself from so-called the mundane experiences of life. Integrity is there, whether somebody is recognizing it or not. Although so many people have been gone there without integrity and all, some bad people got promoted. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it is not about them. It is about you. It is you. You have to end of the day. You have to answerable only to you, nobody else. Things will change. People will change. Society will change, or job will change. Even if not in one country, another country will take you. No issues with that. Yeah. So you need not to so-called please anyone to be into the lead your life in that way. Yeah, of course you don't take enmity either. Yeah? Be neutral, do your own thing, give your effort, improve yourself so that you will be at peace when the situation comes. If you come to that stage, the situation will develop for you rather than you will. That is another point is coming about chasing versus attracting. I will explain there. But this is the fundamental thing about living a life of integrity, that kind of innocence, so that you are not harming anything to anyone. That is one of the lessons I normally teach, that while you're running holistic life means your approach will be no harm to anything or anyone. Anyone means all human beings and anything, or like any animal or even the nature or anything. It means like society and all. You should not put any harm to this. And in that way, you will be leading a life of the integrity. Okay, so that is what I hope you understood about the things. Be real over projecting. Okay. So earlier I was explaining about that by hook or crook or do one thing, and ego plays there. So what ego does, it inflates more than what is the truth is. It finds that truth is, not charismatic, not glamorous. So then it took, like, if I have, a small thing, I make it big, If I have this much achievement, I'll make it very big achievements. Or suppose in the say ranking somewhere, if I have certain rank, I will, increase my rank to say I achieved that. And I tell people that, so that it's all ego play. Like, So this ego play, we become so habituated that we all the time we are projecting ourselves. It's not the truth, you know. Projecting means like the so-called the film. If you see that slide projector or something, or video projector, actually the actual figures are small, but they project it over a screen which is much bigger, like a cinema screen. You see the cinema projector, their images are small, but they project it a big on the screen. That is called projecting. Like it is much more than what it originally is. We have developed that habit of projecting ourselves. Everything is big, everything is best, everything is grand in our lives. Everything. If you put put a social media post and things that should be very big, what's the best, if you get into house as a best house in the town and the best car and our holiday is the most exotic holiday that nobody has ever think of, anyway, this kind of stuff. So those are called projecting. So, as I mentioned earlier, we become habituated in such a way, we think this projecting is normal. Yeah. Bada chada ke bolna. Even later on, we find it's quite normal. And worst part of thing, what I feel, which I'm telling you the other end of this story, I call it self-conning. What is self-conning? We project ourselves so much, and for years after years after years, one point of time comes, so much repeating this falsehood, non-truth, that we started believing that. Okay. Ourselves started believing I am that. That's the projection, but we start believing I am that. That is the most inflated version of our ego. Then it goes, as long as it's, everything accepts it. I got a clap, I got few false friends who can, say, oh, tu si great ho. That time it is okay. Yeah. But life cannot go all the time like this. It never happens. Yeah. Some point of time, I will hit some obstacle. I will hit some kind of, wall, or some challenges will come for sure. It's not possible that all the time life goes like that. Yeah. We will come across with such a challenges that all those falsehood get a big hit. We cannot do anything about it. Earlier, maybe 10 times we managed it. Yeah. Our falsehood, nobody caught, and I'm through, but this time it's not. The actual truth is hitting. Yeah. When that happens, then it first of all, it hurts our ego. And ego generates some kind of emotion. We get angry, we get frustrated, and we said, oh, okay, I'll burn down everything in the society, and things like that, rebellion, and all those kind of things comes up. Yeah. Because why the negative emotions come? Yeah. Why become angry? Why become this upset and this thing, that thing? All negative emotion. I'll tell you one fundamental principle. You can note it down. Then that fundamental principle I'll tell you now, and that is the ultimate root cause of everything. What is that fundamental principle? I become upset, I become angry, all my negative emotions, what I have. The fundamental reason is I expected something that did not happen. In other words, that I wanted something, it didn't happen as by my way. That's simple as that. I expected somebody to talk to me this way, but that talk didn't happen or happen in another way. I expected to receive something from someone that I didn't get it. I expected to get something from my organization I didn't get. I expected something from the society that didn't happen to me. I expected, some relatives, to keep, me into, their liking or things. They don't bother about me. So I get frustrated and angry and things like that. Basically, I expected something that didn't happen. See, statistically, if you say, then anyway, whether something will happen or not, 50-50 chance, no, anywhere. So if I expect something, 50% chance, statistically, it will not happen. It is between two persons. But if there are multiple persons involved, then that in the proportion that many, my chance, suppose there are 10 persons, I am one of them. In my society, the way I operate, of course, there will be many people, many things I need to deal in my life. So if I'm one of the 10 persons, so my contribution, the probability of getting things in my way is only 10%. It's statistics. Nobody is doing anything bad against me. But by statistics, so now extrapolate it to all the factors, all people you meet in your life, all the organizations and all the different characters you meet there, all the families you meet here, all the friend circle you meet in the society or social life. If you take that factor into play, that probability of your things get through what you really want, through only maybe 5% or even 2%, right? By statistics, nobody is doing anything. But our ego, they don't accept it, because ego by the time has got into projecting. It projects more than life images. So they think that is the truth. That's what I call self-conning. Yeah? So when this happens every time in our lives, statistically, I told you have 2% to get your way through. Things will happen exactly what you want, 2%. Yeah. But 98%, something else will happen that may not be your liking. That is not your failure. That is the reality. So that's why it is called the reality hits us. When the reality hits us, we cannot accept that we deserve 2%. Our ego cannot take it. Absolutely cannot take it. That reality gets hammering us, And as so long we keep winning, then that kind of hammering becomes terrible thing for us, unbearable. So then we start to think, what wrong we have done? Why God is punishing me? I have not done anything bad to anyone. Okay. Why am I getting punished? Whatever I'm just wanting, I get rejected. My application is rejected because I'm talking 2%. 98% not happening. Because there are many people involved there. They have a free will, they have own choices. Not necessarily they follow you. Anyway. So, when we start, then what happens? When we keep on winning, then we are enjoying, and we are the, leader. We are the, front flag bearer. But when the reality hits us, then we stumble up, things like that. Then you push this way, didn't go through. And another way, didn't try here and then didn't go. Then what happens? We start looking back, in our life, bring the memories of that. Then we find out that whatever things, maybe, many things, whatever we have done, that appears to be all wrong. We think that I will, develop this kind of, I will go in this, my life will be this way, and that way I so-called sacrifice many things. I devoted my time, effort, and energy in this, but that becomes a roadblock. I cannot go any further. All these years of effort gone waste. Or maybe I like someone, I have to develop, relationship and all these things. Finally, thing got that relationship not possible, or that whatever I thought about that person is not that. I got dismayed and things like that, all those kind of things. So many decisions we take over the period of years is all like nonsense. So at this moment, then when we take this account, we find all the decisions, all that we've taken are mostly wrong. This is the phase. I'm not saying actually it is happening wrong, but we feel, I'm saying our feeling is that everything is wrong, everything, whatever. The singer Hemant Mukherjee, Hemant Kumar, the Hindi songs is famous at. He has a Bengali song. It says, "Hishab milate giye dekhi phul sabhi phul." Yeah, means this particular feeling. Hishab means the accounts. When I keep checking account in my life, I find out everything is full of errors. All my accounts are wrong. So I'm just explaining from where this coming. So this coming from these things. Look back, hit by the realities, and so now let us come to the truth. Let us analyze. Now I'm giving the answer why so-called accounts, the debit and credit doesn't match. Or you can say, in other words, I'm saying fundamentally why so-called puzzle of life does not make through. The puzzle, like you put one picture is there, small pieces come, the puzzle we normally sold in the market. You put those puzzles here and there. Maybe it is a picture of a dinosaur. Some children, they have got it. The small pieces they take, all those fit into that. Then the dinosaur picture finally comes. Maybe there are total maybe 100 pieces puzzle or 200 pieces puzzle. The small pieces they put here and there. You match with these things and put it. So if you take that puzzle as a puzzle of life, you wanted to make that picture. What is the meaning of life? That is your picture. Picture of your life. When we start getting into that and start, putting one by one, okay, this piece goes there, this piece goes here, this piece goes here, and all those kind of things. Finally, few of those we cannot fit anywhere. Okay, I cannot make it complete. The puzzle is never solved because the pieces are genuinely not matching. Tried all angles, rotation, this way, that way, and all, all not matching. Yeah? And that's why we get completely stuck. We don't know what to do. Okay. The meaning of life is shattering in front of our eyes. Everything looks to be wrong. The picture is not there. No picture, no clarity. So there, the spirituality enters into your life because you cannot solve with this. Because to do that is need your intelligence, and you applied all your intelligence, all your experiences so far about life, but you could not make the picture full. Anyway, spiritual comes into. I'll talk about it later. But this challenge, when you cannot solve, okay, then that wisdom develops, what is written in the second point. Second point is saying, be real over projecting. So what you need to do, you go and find out wherever you projected yourself. If you project something, maybe you reduce the projection, but it's still an inflated version in that area. It will not match. So when you be real, which will come to absolute truth, the reality, then so-called puzzle pieces, they will come to the proper shape because that is the truth. When you come to the truth, that real you, without any projection whatsoever in any direction, then it will fit. You understand? Our life puzzle does not get a solution, does not get me the picture, does not get me the meaning, because there is a lot of projections here and there and different parts of it. Even something go to self-conning stage that even we believe that it is truth. Actually, it's not. So, if you be real, come to that fundamental truth, then you will see the truth as it is. And to come to that level, it needs the spiritual thing. Yeah, it cannot happen by your ego. In fact, that kind of reality only comes if your ego drops completely annihilation of ego happens, you see the truth as it is. And then the picture of your life is complete. It makes sense. You may like it, you don't like it. That's a different issue. But you can make that picture put into that frame. Because all pieces are, because the inflated version come to the natural version of the truth, the real, and then it fits. Then the picture is complete. When you get that picture of your life, then that particular thing is called the light of awareness. In the light of awareness, in the reality, in the truth, you see your life, and that is the light you need to achieve. Otherwise, the fallacies, those kinds of, the puzzles of life will never solve. Because some pieces, to some it is all the pieces, in extreme cases, but some pieces have not, if your, puzzle in your life is not matching yet, you understand that some pieces are still in the inflated state. It will not match, it will not fit. So you have to reduce down your ego, reduce down, make it zero, through spiritual practices. Then you peace come to a certain level, then it will match. At least you will have the picture complete. Further thing, it will evolve from there. That is the other journey. But at least you will understand everything in your life. What makes us not to see the real, projection to real, that factor in our life, in the spiritual terminology, we call it blind spot. Blind spot means I don't know that I don't know. There are some area in our life that I'm not aware that I don't know. That's why I miss it all the time. I never see it because I don't know that I don't know. The car and everything, they have a blind spot. Certain area while driving, certain area of your car you cannot see. If something else is there, you cannot see that. Like next to the doors of your lower side of the doors, of side doors of your car, just immediately in front of your car, or if you are reversing, then the back side below the dicky, you don't see that. Yeah. Many a cases so happen, somebody is, putting what is called, car is driving out from the garage and there is a child playing there. They hit it because they cannot see. So you have to be very, very careful. Nowadays, they put extra cameras and all to find those things, but that's a technology solutions. But in general, while driving, you don't know it. So that's why the mirror, a lot of other mirrors are there to see, to cover those areas so the blind spots become minimum. But those blind spots is also available in our lives, and because of it is fallen into the blind spot, we don't know the reality, we don't know the truth, and those are the areas inflated, and that's what becomes a puzzle for in our lives. So we need to working on diminishing that blind spot to zero, and to get the blind spot into zero, we have to bring the light of awareness. Blind spot means it should be visible. That visibility is the light of awareness. And this awareness comes only through spiritual practices. It cannot come through intelligence. Okay? So anyway, so let us proceed. Next point, pursue growth, not survival. Most of the time, when we hit into a lot of obstacles in our life, we come into the survival mode, fight and flight mode. So after a certain time, I'm not saying initially, after hitting so many sides in our lives because of all those things I explained earlier, often we see you come to a mode then we just surviving. Today some bad news is coming, tomorrow another bad news is coming. So I don't know what to do with it. The holding here, holding there, and all those kinds of stuff. Finally, it becomes a game of survival. I need to alive, I need to survive. And whatever actions we take out of our survival instincts. Yeah. See, here in this case, I'm not saying those cannot happen. Definitely, problems are there. You have to tackle them, and if problems become too many, then you need to survive. Of course, yes. First you have to survive, then only other things will come. Here I am saying about the strategy. What strategy will follow? If you face with some obstacle, survival thing, you hit with that, you learn something, and you move on, then it's a different thing. But if you see that persistently the survival mode is coming back again and again and again and again in your life, yeah, there is something fundamentally wrong about your approach, the strategy towards your life. In this case, you might have heard that, like it is also told about the companies and other things, that either you grow or perish. Means you cannot stabilize at one place. Yeah. Say as a company and all those things, you need to grow. Suppose you started one, I'm just giving company example so it will be clear to understand. Suppose you started a company with 5 people and all those kind of things, and then you work hard and make little profit and things like that. And so after a few years' time, suppose you have some kind of technicians and engineers and manager and all those things. So now what happens is that, okay, the earning is okay, you got a steady earning and all those things. So now whoever is working for technicians for so long, say 4 or 5 years, they wanted to be supervisor. And supervisors want to be engineer. Engineers, they are looking for to be manager. I'm just giving some few examples. So whoever is working as a manager, they wanted to be a general manager. Yeah. So these aspirations cannot be filled if you run the same organization similar way for years and years. Yeah. It is meeting the requirement. You have earning, you have steady earning. So most likely what will happen is this, then you will start losing people. They will find somewhere else where they get a better opportunity. Like they have enough experience. Say the manager wanted to choose another company who will be offering a general manager position, or maybe the engineer, they want a senior position, so management position they're looking for in the, or technicians, they like to earn more and become a supervisor and things like that. They will go away. So when these people will leave, your company will crash. So that's why all the big companies and all, they have a lot of things called succession plan and something like that. So they have some plan. So it is one way of looking at it. Another way looking at it is, suppose you are as an owner of the company, you are not thinking about what is happening today. You are planning, look ahead. After 5 years, where your company will be. You started with 5 people. Now, if you also, by expand your business, go to some other, or scalability, like you repeat, maybe you started at one city, you do it in another city, it's called scalability, yeah? Scaling your business. Or you grow, like you expand the area of your business, etc. If you grow, then what will happen is, after 5 years, you will need maybe 30 people. 5 people will not be good enough. So what will happen is, in the 30, you will be able to easily accommodate whoever the manager, you give a promotion to the general manager, then you can get some other managers into place, and you can, those people who are working for so long, you'll be able to give them promotion and a lot of options. You create more departments. So the engineer become one of the department managers and things like that. And also induct new people. So from lower side, you can get into new people, you can elevate them, and you can hire people and all. So in that case, your profitability will grow, your business will grow, and your stability, you will not lose the experienced people of your business. Yeah. And also you can give them, rotate them to have them the different kinds of exposures and things like that. They will be professionally satisfied. So that's why it is called either you grow or perish. Like it is not possible to hold it at one place for long. Because what I just explained to you. Because everybody, their natural tendency is to grow. So in your life, if you face that you are coming back to this stage of like a survival thing all the time, then you will realize that your strategy was fundamentally downward looking, like how I can survive mode. You created yourself. How to get out of it? It is appearing to be a fallacy, but that is the only way out. You have to look out should be how I should grow. Survival will be taken care of, just like your business here. If you are looking to improve, suppose you learn a new, take a training, you learn something new and venture out different ways and try different places and another country and all. You are growing, means you are trying different methods. You're not happy to be here, because this may crash anytime. By the time, if you are in a growth-oriented, growth means you are evolving, then you can fit into any kind of requirement, and that is the only way to get out of the survival mode. But you just happy with whatever you have, somehow managing, it will cannot last long. Okay, that's what it is that you say that what you need to do, you have to pursue growth, even if that particular moment you don't need that growth. You're okay with whatever you have or whatever job you are doing and whatever you are earning. But if you don't pursue the growth, then one point of time will come, this particular stage may not be sustainable. Then you will not have any other option. So this is the thing strategically you have to put yourself into. You improve yourself, even if at this moment you don't need it. You go into something which is nobody can take it out from you, like knowledge. Okay, knowledge and experience that nobody can take it out from you. Yeah? Even if there is nothing, you go learn something new. Even that moment, it doesn't warrant it. You don't really need that. But when the need comes, then you will not have that knowledge to overcome. Chanakya, the Chanakya slok, one of the Chanakya slok says, the pustakastha tuja vidya, and parahastagatam dhanam, karya kale samatpanne na sabidya na tadhanam. What does that mean? Pustakastha tuja vidya, like whatever the knowledge in the books, parahastagatam dhanam, like wealth, but in somebody else's hand. Karyakale samatpanne, when the need arises, na sabidya, na tadhanam. That knowledge and that wealth will be of no use because it is not under your control. Same here. So when you are survived certain things, start working to improve yourself, improve your skill, improve your knowledge, or improve your skills. Say networking skills and things like that, or learn something like how to manage business or entrepreneurship or something, or online thing or investments thing or whatever, so that you need not to come to survival mode when one thing doesn't click. And it is almost obvious things cannot run like that forever. It will drop some point or other time. So way to ride over the wave is not to fight with the wave. You have to evolve. You have to go higher than that so that any kind of turbulence cannot touch you. So for that, you have to start the beginning as a strategy. So if you're following the growth strategy, you're getting things to learn and things like that. So when the need comes, you can able to see that this is the way I can get myself recovered from there. Things will automatically happen because by the time you're fully aware of the whole thing, you need not to be crushed and punished into the same thing because you don't have any other option left. Then you develop a poor me syndrome. That is not the thing. You have to strategically start preparing yourself so that you can not only lift it up and you go high into this and things like that. It also says that God help those who help themselves. How you help themselves? Just grow into your knowledge, your skill, into your awareness in the spiritual level. If you do that level, then you will not be, dhakke khane ke liye, tokkar khane ke liye nahi. You need not to go there. It will come. As I said, every system will crash someday or other. But by the time you will be capable to deal with this kind of situation, with pause, with confidence, and with a calmness, you will be able to pass through all those kind of things. Okay, so that is what the wisdom, wise thing is. You have to pursue growth all the time, and not the survival. If you focus on survival and just survive, it will not last long. Sometime or other, it will crash and bog you down. Okay, next is trust inner feeling over intelligence. Okay, intelligence and intelligence or mind, body, intellect. Mind, body, intellect is in the package, we call it ego. This package is given to us to operate in the external world. So we need intellect. If you have to travel somewhere to where I can get a ticket and which flight is which go there, what is the price, can I afford it, how to do it, which time I'll go, etc. I have to plan something or book a hotel, suppose in the traveling. I need that. I need intelligence. I need that information and to take the decisions. So that is fine. That is there. But our ego operates through the intelligence. Basically, it injects a thought and it, fully dependent on intelligence. But intelligence has a level, only in the physical level. But not everything, we cannot get all the informations of life. It's not possible. Even though we have lived a age of information, we have all the information at fingertips. We have all these things. Like now, even we have artificial intelligence. You got more information, more choices, more flexibilities, and things like that. Still, it cannot give you ultimately whatever you need, because it still cannot reach to that level where you are aware of everything. Most of the things, but not all. Whichever things you are not aware of, harm or so-called dissatisfaction, failure will come through that channel, that window. That is the fundamental framework of life. You are maybe with your intelligence, with your skill, you are perfect in so many things. But when you will when you come down, the fall will happen because of some reason, which is weakest point into all those things. It can be your own greed, it can be your own, addiction or something of that nature. Through that window it will come. You have all the information. But that particular moment, your intelligence will not work. That will be the cause of your fall. To give an example, say, the story of Mahabharata. Yeah, Mahabharata, Yudhishthir. This is totally truthful. He doesn't say and do work and say anything other than truth and only truth. So it's all good, but he has just one weak window. He was having some addiction to the game Sataranj. That is his only soft corner. In what Pandavas, that all the thing happened. His family, he was undergoing the nightmarish phase just because of that window. He could not resist the temptation of playing Sataranj. And he is willing to bet anything for that. That is the weak point. His Dharmaputra, Yudhishthir, everything is perfect. He doesn't say even a bad word. Nothing, no wrong, nothing. No bad karma. But only one weak point, and that their destruction, the fall of his family came from that window. it is a story of all of us. We may have hundreds of things correct, but when it has to happen, that the falling will come from that window which is weakest in us. It is many times, it is, in the history, if you see, or your own experience. Yeah. Suppose in my life, even I'm saying that so-called after Guru Kripa, etc. happened, I don't say had, I still have, I have only one weak point. I wanted to give the best education to my child, Turiya. That is my weak point. I can go to any extent to make sure she is getting best education. For that, whatever earning I had to do and all, only because of that point, I got heavily exploited, lost, my family undergone huge, unimaginable, unthinkable situations, into, US, one of my friend's house. Just because I was blind that I need my daughter to have the best education and all those things. I give all the effort and thing. I discounted. I didn't see anything else by that time. And I got punished for that. So that's why I'm saying it's not that your qualities and all those things matter. If you have a one weak point, your destruction will come through that. Okay. It's a different thing, the punishment and part will later. But I'm just saying that it can come to anyone into their life through the weakest window into their life, and those kind of things enter, the fall and enter into their lives as well. Yeah. So in these things, what is thing is this kind of thing, how to get out of this. So you have to come out of the only dependence on the intelligence. You have to go to beyond intelligence, which is your inner feeling. The inner feeling where your soul speaks to you. It's your gut feeling. It's your intuition. Don't go your logical mind all the time. Some point of time it will fail, as I mentioned earlier about these things. So whatever your inner feeling, that will never fail, because your soul knows everything. External world, systems, information technology, artificial intelligence, whatever name you call it. They don't know everything. It's not possible. Okay. You like feeling a true love or devotion. Information technology cannot define it. That's why it is that. Okay. Simple as that. There are many things. We can feel what is the right thing to do, and those are the ways our higher self is giving us the hints and messages. Yeah. If you have a ear to that, we'll be able to listen to that. Go with that, because our soul knows everything. It doesn't depend upon the information technology or internet or artificial intelligence. It doesn't depend on that. It knows everything, 100%. Okay. Not only the present thing, all the informations, what is your journey, your path, your past lives and future plans and solutions, everything, divine knowledge, Brahmagyan, all those things, your soul knows. If you depend upon that feeling, okay, you can never be wrong, because that knows everything. It is there within you. So don't think that soul is in a pocket. No, it's a connection. Within you means you have a connection within you so that you can connect there. So if you trust that feeling, you can never be there. So first we need to, as we are not accustomed, we are not habituated in communicating in this way, then you have to learn how to communicate, how to get those feelings and messages and the divine messages and all. And first and foremost, we need to calm down your thought mind. Otherwise, your intelligence will come and they will overpower all those kind of things. So the calming down to the mind so that you can listen to our intuitive voices, our feelings properly and in meaningful way. For that, those are meditations. Those are spiritual practice. So that calming down the mind, thoughtless mind, is the way to control our ego, control our control our intelligence. So that we do not to get rid of intelligence, we need to stop the intelligence, switch off for the time being. Otherwise, keep on interfering with us. So then it allows it takes a fraction of a second. We just download, we know it what to do. The knowingness comes and do it. Okay. So that's it. So that's how we have to, if we go develop that skill, how we can listen to that and all go with the inner feeling, we can never be wrong. Okay. So that is the way also to lead our lives. And then when that happens, our life transforms automatically. Yeah. The modus operandi changes. Next point is give and forgive, not get and forget. Okay. So normally what we do, we keep on winning, we get this, get that. Yeah. So we get so many things about that from life, even from the external world, many things we get, but we forget about it. We don't recognize that it is anything we are getting it. So in this mode, so if you are not appreciating something, then it will not make proper changes, or you cannot, get it properly within your system. Or as for example, suppose we are breathing all the time. Yeah? Air is free. We are breathing. Because of the breathing, the prana gets into our life, body, and that's why we are alive. So, but I don't see that we give much importance to it, or we get it and forget about it. We have to be. It's our right to breathe, right? Many people, thousands of them, maybe today is the last breath. Thousands of them, different parts of the world. So isn't it we are lucky ones, we are privileged ones, we are breathing today. Tomorrow we get up, it means we'll be breathing, we'll be alive, that many thousands will not. So we don't appreciate whatever we are getting, particularly those things we are getting it from free. We are getting a lot of blessings, a lot of guidance, a lot of healings from the spiritual masters. Yeah. So we take it for granted. So we don't see that anything we are getting which is unusual or things, we forget about it. This way, then when it will stop coming, one day it will stop coming for sure. Yeah. Nothing is, infinite supply. For infinite supply to do something else, but it will stop coming to you. So what is the thing we do? We start complaining and all, because we took that as our right. We should get it. That is our right. We don't know why we're not getting it. Okay. The reason you don't get it, because you don't appreciate it. Yeah? If you do not appreciate something, some point or other, it will stop coming to you. So first you have to recognize that you are getting it. You are getting it. It is not because you deserve. It is because of there is some higher power or the forces. They are blessing you. So you are getting the blessings. And there is no compulsion. It will come to you all the time. So when it will stop, then you will realize. So Guruji Prem Nirmalji says a good thing, that if someone cannot appreciate you, appreciate your presence, then let them appreciate your absence. When you will no longer be there in their lives, they will know what they're missing. They will appreciate you. That time you will be remembered. That time you will know what you have done and what is your contribution, etc. So let them appreciate your absence. So anyway, so what I'm saying is normally we take it for granted. Yeah? So that is take and forget, get and forget kind of business. In this mode, you cannot evolve yourself. Very soon you will fall into the poor me trap, because you think that you deserve this. Actually, the truth is not like that. Truth is you are enjoying some privilege. That privilege has stopped coming because of natural way. So if you change this attitude and you become that stage which is called that give and forgive. Not only that, not only keep getting and accumulating. Yeah? if you giving also, like whatever you are getting, some you are giving, you give it to someone and then you expect that person will be, saying good words about you, they appreciate you. Maybe you have given to 10 people, out of that, some people praised you, some people say thank you, and few of them, 3, 4 of them forget about it because you did earlier, right? You get and forget, they also get and forget. Then you get, angry with them and say, because why you angry? Remember that principle. You get angry, all negative emotion. Why? Because we expected something that didn't happen the way we like it, the way we want it. So here you expected them to behave a certain way, give you thank you, them make you say two cigarette ho, but they didn't. So that's why you become angry. Okay. So if you don't expect anything, then what will happen? You remain your happiness within you. If they don't give something, forgive them. It's okay. Give and forgive. You don't even look back and say whether they are appreciating you or not, whether they say thank you or not, and what they're doing it with or not. Particularly, some funny story came into my mind. See, the reason many people say, I like to donate money. Yeah. But I don't give them because they will be spoiled. Like they may go and take daru piyega or kuch karega, and so there's a misuse of my money. See, here you are conning yourself again. Yeah? If you have to donate, you donate. Don't look at it what that person will do with it. It's none of your business. You are taking that excuse so that you can justify not giving. You understand? Yeah. You are giving because it is your inner urge to give, and that's it. It is the joy of giving that matters. What the person will do with it is none of your business. Just like you are getting the breathing, the air for free, what you do with your life, it is completely your choice, right? Divine is giving you the air to breathe in. You breathe, and Divine is not asking you, give me an account, and this is the bill you have to pay every month for the air you are, breathing. They don't do that, right? So the Divine is give and forgive. They don't judge you what you are doing with the free air, which makes you alive. Anyway, so these things are, if you change your attitude, I'm not saying you have to give big things, whatever possible. Give. If you have spare money, you give. If you don't have, don't give. You don't have to. Whatever you spare, you can spare some time, you spare some knowledge, you can serve somebody, little bit, whatever you can. Somebody can give, donate blood, etc. Give some, teach free education to children. Maybe you have 2 children, some slum dwellers, you find out the way. But if you give and forgive, don't expect them to do, I taught 2 slum dwellers children and they should come and work free in my house. Don't expect that. Then it is not, you are not giving, it is a deal, and that thing, it is, that is your selfish motives. So there is another point there, but this is not the way we are saying. We are saying that you give and forgive. You just, okay, whatever you do with it, good, bad, it is your karma, whatever it is. But I'm happy that it happened through me. Yeah. The Divine, chose me to be the channel to reach certain help, certain, money, certain knowledge, certain service, certain way. I'm become useful for the divine causes. That is my reward. Okay. If you shift that, your way of looking at life from get and forget to give and forgive, then life transformation happens in a big way. And whatever actually you give, multiple way it comes back to you because you open a divine channel. Just, some, I think 2 days back, somebody was telling that you never ask for any amount of money or something. I like to, give some Guru Dakshina. I said, you're welcome to give Guru Dakshina. And they said, okay, so two questions here. Why? First one is why I don't ask you to X amount of money you give me. Because it is my principle is to give and forgive. I don't expect anything in return, not even a thank you. Because that's way of my operating. That's because I feel that I'm passing, but the Babaji's grace on me, I'm just passing it to you. I'm not doing anything. I'm not creating anything for you. But from the other side, earlier I used to not giving anything, honesty, not asking anything also, even the Guru Dakshina also. But then in 2022, something major thing happened. Babaji asked me to take it. Why? Babaji is telling whoever is getting it, energetically, they become in debt to you. Okay, it is my thing. It is through you, but you are the interface. Then whoever is receiving it, if they don't, first of all, they're giving the value, because this is invaluable thing they're getting. Maybe life transform, etc. Iska koi value nahi hota. But if they don't return anything energetically, it's called energy exchange. If there is no exchange happens energetically in the physical dimension, then they will bind karma. Like, okay, you will give, forgive, and you elevate, but they bind karma. Because they bind karma because they could not return anything in the karmic three-dimensional dimension, because you spend your time and effort and thing like that, so that return. So you cannot define or you cannot specify the amount, yes, but leave it to the free will. And those who choose to do that, no compulsion. Nobody, as all of you know, you never compelled anyone to give any amount whatsoever. Yeah. Earlier I used to say, no, if you was to give something in my name, you donate somewhere in the charity or, mandir or, Anathalaya, whatever it is, but in my name, take a receipt, Rajdeep Datta, and give there. But now, because of Babaji told me, because of that, so I'm saying, yes, I should accept. Babaji told me you should receive gracefully. Yeah. Because it allows you to give that return to whomsoever you go. Guru Tattva. Yeah. It's not my person, me. The way you are getting it, this, if you return, what will happen? It is like an electrical circuit. Through this process, the divine channel opens. You will get more and more and more. That's what I was mentioning. If you give and forgive, then it will open some divine channel. You will keep on getting more. But if you stop there, if you get and forget, that circuit will close. It will not return back. Maybe whatever you accumulated, only that, after that, the divine channel closes. It is also said that Lakshmi it loves movement. It doesn't love stagnant. It feels like it is jailed. Yeah, it is not an accumulation that makes you that kind of level, Aishwaryavan. The more and more you are in the flow, you have to, get there. So it is not a one-time business. Multiple times. To do that, you need a divine grace and opening the channel. And that channel opens if you do this. This way, it will keep you continue to be in the flow. It will all divine grace that happens to you. But these are the ways has been tested. If in this you add the gratitude and love, then it multiplies. Okay, I'm just telling where it is. Yeah? But if it is done in a fear, if I don't give, it will be fearful. I will be, something bad will happen. Nothing. I'm telling you right now, nothing bad will happen. It's okay. If you don't give anything, nothing bad will happen. Because this, the Guru Tattva is unconditional. If the Guru is a true Guru, then there is no such thing because Guru expects anything from you. Yeah? Guru wants you to get enlightened and become a master. Guru is in a mission to creating masters. They are not looking for few money here and there. It's no need there. It is for you who need to appreciate it, value it. More you give value, those multiplied of that value will come in your life. Yeah, that is the difference. Yeah, there are many things. I've seen many people just out of fear give some amount, and the money and silent is so small amount. It looks like giving it to a beggar. And just out of the fear, if I don't give anything, something bad will happen. But that particular amount is so insulting, that I'm just telling. I don't have any judgment. I never communicated with that person. But I understand from where it is coming. If you treat that, the Guru Tattva, as a dropping some coin in the begging bowl, then poverty will not get out of your system, because you are operating from poverty consciousness. Yeah, you better don't give anything, but don't insult that whole Guru Tattva with those kind of figures. Yeah, that you give your 51 rupee and all. This is insulting to the whole thing. Yeah? No need. There is no such thing. Then you only depend on love and gratitude. That's enough. Yeah. But I'm not saying because I need it. I'm just saying that I can see this from where it is coming. And I know it will be harmful for you who are, going into that direction. You are operating from poverty consciousness or fear that if I don't give anything, something bad will happen. I'm telling you right now, again and again, nothing bad will happen. Divine is infinite. It does not matter exactly what you give, okay? But if you give, it will open the channel for you and it will multiply the whole thing in your life, okay? And that way it is, and of course, what is coming to me, it will be spent on the Babaji's mission only, Babaji already told that it will go into the millions of people. So for that, maybe it will be utilized, which the benefit of that you will get again indirectly. Like because of that, you will be getting into that, opening further channels up, because of your contribution, it has been many hundreds of more people, these things, the truth getting reached to them, and that they get into the chance of getting transforming their lives. Okay, that is the reward by itself. Yeah, but this divine grace, as you are aligned with the divine, it will come to you. Okay. So, my goodness, this time is running out. Okay. Next is stop chasing, start attracting. Now, let me get a little bit quicker because I think I'm spending too much of time in each point. All over of life, as I said, the competition, etc., we chase something. Always we are running behind something. We want on something, put all our effort to do these things. And this is one of the fundamental reasons when we get disheartened more. Even after chasing our best effort, we fail. And later on, more the time goes, you see, often we fail. Yeah, success rate is very, very less. Reason I already explained earlier. I'm not going to that again. So, what do you do then? So, is that somebody say it is my fate or this thing? It is my. Some people understand it is a karma, which is true, by the way. Yeah. If you by putting a lot of effort still not clicking, most likely karma is operating here. Yeah. So what do you do here? So for karma part, you have to willingly participate into karma kshalan, that whoever is divine is sending you the agents to do the karma kshalan, because that's what you need. Layer by layer, like an onion, you need to remove those kinds of karma so that you can enjoy your life. Opportunity will come to you, but you may choose because of whatsoever reason, or you don't understand what is it and all these things. Maybe that's all the ego part. You will be dropped out. It will not happen. You face same thing and keep complaining about the life. It's okay. So those are about that. What is the point? Stop chasing. So if you, even after a lot of chasing, it is not happening, then some point of time, you have to take a U-turn. Like you understand this is not the way to get things from your life. Yeah? Not everything you get by chasing it. So you do whatever possible, but still you may be, so you get rejected from something somewhere, or that is quite possible. So the holistic, the wise thing is not chasing something. You are not behind something. You need to attract things towards you. You should not run behind things. Okay, attracting something towards you will only happen. Practical level, it is way it will happen if you give any value. If you enhance your value, then things will come towards you. Okay. You wanted to earn more money, you give society something of value, then they will pay you. Finish. They're professionals. We give some value to some company and something, some business and all. By return, we earn. So we adding value. So one is the way we addition. If you add value addition, and this value addition comes from our approach to things. And that comes from the earlier thing when I said that you need to grow. You need to grow in your knowledge and things like that. You have to improve yourselves so that your value, the credibility is more, so that you can attract more. This is the practical level. But there is a spiritual secret in it, which actually makes it happen to attract things. The prosperity attracts towards you. That secret is in your vibration. You need not to do anything. It's not about doing. How, enormously, how much effort you put to get it. Initially it works, but not later. All of us, we understood through our own experiences. Sometimes we, suppose in the relationship, we like to marry someone. You put a lot of effort, a lot of things and all. Finally, that person doesn't like me. Simple. So no matter how credential my earning and this and my degree and my designation, that the person doesn't like me. Matter ends there. I cannot get whatever I want, like my life partner. So on the other way, I ran behind and do whatever possible to do. It didn't happen. But if I increase my vibration, I'm taking, then energetically I will be coming to such a level. Then I will attract that person towards me. I need to do anything. I need to run behind. That is called the chasing. Honorably attracting towards me, not by deceiving something or cheating or, creating any kind of blackmailing. I'm not saying that. Automatically things will change. Because you will shine so that other things look fade or, like pale in front of you. And then you will become the only choice. That is possible if you energetically uplift yourself. For that, you have to do the vibrationally. You have to go higher. This I'm saying, if there is no karmic thing is there. Karma I already discussed. If some karmic issue is there, that will not work. You have to karma need to settle first. Then this will work. But in general, suppose karma is not the case here. It's a neutral field. If you enhance your vibration, then you will be pulled. You will be pulling that abundance, that things what you want towards you. So instead of you chase something, you attract that. Even it can be done in the financial way. If you are looking for that is called money magnetism. A certain level of vibrations will attract money towards you. Only it's a matter of time. Okay, I'm not saying it will happen tomorrow, but if you practice those things, and I have one session on that also, financial prosperity, etc. So there are many ways. Those basically ways you are reprogramming your cellular vibrancy, your every cell, so that if it vibrates at a certain frequency, it will be attracting wealth towards you. So that is what is needed here. That is a spiritual understanding, and that is the approach we need to take. Because everything in this universe is a vibration and energy. So you have to go higher in the vibration, which is expressing your high energy level. If you do that, you will be able to physically will heal yourself. Your relationships will be, harmonious. Of course, relationship also depend other persons based on their energy level also. But from your side, you will be, okay with it. All this kind of relationships, your health is good, and you're attracting wealth towards you, and that's it. What else you need in life? Yeah? And spiritually, you are connected. Yeah? That another point is there. I will come there. But at least you raise your vibration so that you come from the chasing towards attracting. Reverse the direction. So you just be. You hold that vibration, things will be attracted towards you. Yeah, that is way you change the operating principle in your life. Yeah? So, and that is the holistic living standards that we need to learn how to get there and hold there. Yeah. Okay. Next is choose peace, not control. Okay, this is to some extent. It is one of the main factor is that particularly in the relationship fold. So what will happen is because of our earlier conditioning and programming, we try to control everything. Yeah. We call it a managing life. Okay. Managing life means controlling everything, all the factors in my life, and we tried, and then ultimate one point of time we crash and fail and cry and things like that. So that is the stage. It is the phase. It is called that we are trying to control everything. Then we finally, initially it may be successful. It satisfies our ego. We think that we are able to control many things. We control by money, and there may be somebody by emotional blackmail we control, somebody by manipulation we control, and different way we control. Yeah. So means the control of different aspects in our life feel a false sense of power. We think that we are powerful if we can control many things in our life. Yeah. But these kind of things is a temporary sense of this. And in the bargain, while controlling, when this control starts failing, because we cannot control everything in our life all the time. Like it is said, no, you can, fool everybody for some time, or somebody for, some time, not everybody all the time, and things like that. So here it is also like control is like that. He may control certain things for certain amount of time, but not everything all the time. You cannot control everything all the time. So, but when you realize that, it is too late. Yeah. Because you become a control freak. If something is not under your control, not going as per your expectation, and you feel that it's a failure in your life. So here, what is the wise thing to do? Wise thing to do, always you choose peace over control. And that's why one of my fundamental teaching is in any point of time in your life, there are two ways. One way is going, it's the right thing to do, your duty, things like that. And you can control something and all those kind of things, positive outcomes. And another thing is your peace of mind. If there is no division, move ahead. There's no problem. But if you come to a bifurcation where you have to make choice between whether I should do this or do this. One way, he will win. He will, he'll control everything, and you do this you feel is the right thing to do. Another is your peace of mind. Means you will get it, but at the cost of your peace of mind. My advice is always you choose your peace of mind. Because if your peace of mind gone, then even the whole wealth of the world will be no use to you. Dunya bhi mil jaye to kya hai? Okay. Because you need to be state where you can enjoy that, right? Your life. If you lose your peace of mind, that's what in the beginning we discussed. What is the point? Whatever, say, you are a landowner, you keep on buying land. Okay, maybe you have 2 house, 3 house, 10 houses or different countries in the world, or big palatial bungalows and all these things. Fine. 50 house, okay, fine. What else? Somebody else will enjoy that. After a few years, you will go. Okay, you cannot enjoy that. On top of it, you'll be having a lot of trouble to maintain them and things like that. Yeah? So these will not add on. These properties will not add on to your happiness. What you need is a peace of mind. That can happen even if you have a one house. You don't need to it will not add many things. It will add more tension, not happiness. So anything choice you make, you see whether I can keep my peace of mind on or not. So once you keep the peace as a priority, then your life transforms. But if you give that more and gain and this your priority, then more and more you will be anxious and instability and things like that. It will come into your life. You're inviting that to this. Because those many things are adding complexity in your life, and that will be, you will be keep on thinking about them rather than enjoying your life. Yeah. Express gratitude, do not complain. See, it is all the glasses are said half empty and half full. Either we can complain about my glass is not full, it is half, or you can appreciate we have a half glass full. The way you look at it, everything in our life is like that. Yeah? So, I will not drag this too much. There's not much time left also. See, if you complain about something, you are energizing them, and more those things will come into your life. Yeah? If you are complaining about what you already have, then those things will stop coming to you because you are not appreciating energetically. And this, whatever you appreciate, it means whatever you have, if you appreciate, that will be more and more, that thing will come into your life. That is a normal energetic principle. Okay. If we have, say, 10 friends, we like to visit those friends who at least talk good thing about us, they appreciate us. Yeah. They feel happy when we visit them. And somebody is abusive and they are not, they keep complaining and telling, okay, itne din hua, and where were you and where we need you and these things and that thing, why you did this, why. If they keep complaining, we stop going there in this same thing. So it is now a normal tendency, we get attracted towards where we're being appreciated. Same thing in your life. It's not possible you have a zero. You must have something. If you don't have anything, at least you are breathing, right? You have a body. Appreciate that. Thank you, I'm breathing. I have a physical body to enjoy life. What else? So if you do that, the gratitude invites grace. More you become grateful of anything, then you will invite grace. A few earlier sessions, I was talking about Louise Hay, one book about different kind of diseases and what you can reprogram yourself and get it healed and things like that. Louise Hay has recommended, she started a club where they started journaling gratitude. Like whatever you are grateful about in your life that day, you have to find out 50 such points every day. 50 points grateful about. A few words, one line, 2 words, something like that. Like today, I got a parking lot in the shopping mall. It was crowded, and I was looking for some particular dress. I got that dress of that design I like. I wanted to have that particular type of food. Maybe one particular flavor ice cream, I got that today, and things like that. Simple things. Yeah. In the club, maybe few of her friends were there. Initially, she was telling it's an experiment. Initially, they were saying that it's very hard to feel at least 5 very mushkil se up 10 things they are grateful about in the whole day. As it is a competition, people used to share, not to share the points, but say how many of them each day they have to meet and say, okay, how many you collected today? Somebody say, I collected 7, somebody say 5, and somebody say 8, and somebody says 9, and things like that. So as it is a competition, so they wanted to, because target is 50, they are no way nearby. After 1 or 2 weeks, then the numbers they are getting more. Yeah? Come 20, 25, 23, and that range. Yeah? They start getting more. After about a month or so, everybody they are getting 50, cross 50. Did their life change? No, their life is not changed. So she is telling, what make the change is, as it is a competition, we start looking for something that we are grateful about. We're inquiring, if there anything there I should be able to grateful about, and they find one, they note it down. And that's why they're able to meet the 50. Even somebody, it comes automatically. Everywhere they look, there is something to be grateful about. Some unexpected thing came. Somebody suddenly, some old friend suddenly call after years. They're very happy and things like that. Many things. Yeah. So it is not about what is happening in your life. It is whether you are looking for it or not. You are aware of it or not. That makes a difference. That was the point of that study. She's telling that when divine grace is happening all the time, okay, only thing we don't have eyes to see them. If you start looking for it, you get it every time. Many of them. Yeah. If you change this exercise, change all their friends, those groups' life forever. Because after that 1 month or so, it starts happening to them automatically. Everywhere they look, there is something to be grateful about. They smile about it and something to be grateful about. So what they have done, their life transformed because they are operating now from the attitude of gratitude. Attitude. First, it forms your character, your habit to character, So then it completely changes your attitude towards life. And attitude of gratitude, if you live in that life, then your life transforms completely. Although complain, everything, you just forgive and things like that. Get away with it. If something not click, it's okay. Not everything need to click. Yeah? But those what you're clicking, you're appreciating it. And more those things are coming. Maybe earlier also it was coming, but that time you didn't see. Now you are seeing. So your life changes because the way you are looking at life changes. As I initially explained that life is not out there. It is how you are experiencing it. The attitude of gratitude change the way you experience your life. Yeah? And that makes your life heaven. Yeah. So that was the approach there. Then selfless service, not self-gratification. Okay, selfishness is not a divine quality. It's our ego which is at play. So I already explained in many other ways. I will not go into that. But if you can change from the selfishness, how I can grab something from other, towards how I can give towards other. Yeah, that is your service. That is your offering. You give time, effort, knowledge, that money, whatever way you can to provide somebody who are in needy or to whom you can, they will be of some help to them. Then again, your life transforms. Selfishness, even though it is not illegal into this world, but in the spiritual level, it lowers your vibration very heavily. Gratitude, in other sense, raises your vibration. So you become more divine by doing that. So this selfless service makes you divine by vibrationally. And selfishness dips it down. And when your vibration dips, you attract all the negative things in your life. Negative experiences, the diseases and the tensions and things like that, sufferings, and will attract. Because we got too selfish. And this way, not only you thinking you are attracting money, attracting good thing, okay, this from others, but also you attract, you cheated someone, their cars you will attract, the negative vibrations you will attract, more thing will attract, and your life will be junkyard. So then you suffer of those outcomes. So that is what it is. If you can change it for this selfless service from self-gratification, means selfishness, then it will change your life. Then the last point, no, last 2 points, seek alignment, not gain. So whatever the idea of your gain, the profit, this is an illusion in the spiritual context. This kind of the gain, if you're looking for only for the gain, you will never be reached there. You will reach to a ceiling some point or other. What you do, why the gain will be limited? I call it as a private limited. Means beyond a certain thing, you cannot gain something. Money, property, and things like that, so-called enjoying life, etc. There is a ceiling. Beyond that, you cannot do it. Physical, body and things, you cannot take beyond certain things. Limited. But instead of gain, if you seek alignment with the divine. So by your vibration, by this, if you're aligned, then you are connected to the infinite source. Through that connection, it will come to you. All these things, whatever your deservability will be more, and things will come to you by divine grace. Source is infinite. So there will not dearth of source itself. It will come to you, and that will fulfill your life. So you have to seek not the gain. You say that don't pursuing only for the gain. If you are aligned, the gain will automatically come to you. So that is a change in the way of approach in your life that will happen. And the last point is about surrender free will and set you free. See, all of us, we have been gifted by a free will. Free will is what? Our thoughts, words, and action. So those are our free will. Whatever I'm going to think now, whatever I'm going to say now, whatever I'm going to do now, right now is free will. Nobody comes in between, in the middle. Not anyone, not any master, not even God, nobody, not our soul, nobody else comes in. You have a free will. But we understand that out of free will, whatever we do, if our free will is governed by our ego, and whatever we do out of free will that binds karma, you have to suffer the consequences of that karma. And all of the life, whatever you are facing, particularly not so pleasant ones, is basically coming from our own karma, past karma or past life karmas. So how we can get free of this karma so that we don't generate any new karma, so that we don't ruin our lives, maybe future lives? The best way to do it, this free will, out of our free will to choose, if we can surrender that to the divine or our soul, forget divine, our soul knows everything. We surrender it through free will, we surrender our free will to our soul. Then soul takes over the control of our life, and it guides us moment by moment. And that particular life, after surrender, it will be completely guided by our soul moment by moment. And that way we can liberate from any karma whatsoever. Our complete life transformation happens because we are fully aligned. Soul knows everything. There is no question of getting done into karma or anything which is not aligned with the divine principles. And we need to study those principles because soul we connected and we are getting guidance out of the soul. And we need to manipulate anything, we need to project anything, we need to show anything, or to boast any ego, or we need to fight and win over anything. We just live our life with the full alignment with our consciousness, soul consciousness. And that way, the major transformation happens in our life. We elevate ourselves from this third dimensional reality and to the holistic living, which is a complete aligned way of living on this planet Earth with our soul consciousness, with the purity. And operating principle will be pure love. With pure love, that is the energy we will emit. Love and passion we emit whatever we do, wherever we go, whatever things we face in our life, those approach are guided and fully in tune with the divinity and the truth. And that is the holistic living we live our life to. With this, I will conclude this learning session. So if you have any question, you are welcome. Okay. WeAreOne, let me, I'll come back to you. Let me save the attendance and then I'll come to you. Yes, Hariam. Go ahead.
Pranam Guruji Om Manglam. Guruji, in life, every day there are many things which are happening, events and people. Things happen which are not to our liking. I understand this is as part of my ego, that which is not liking a particular thing or liking something else. But
Mm.
when that event happens, what should be the first thought to the mind to suggest, no, everything is peaceful? How to tackle such kind of situations?
Mhm. Good, very good question. See, in this way, you have to go into our serenity principle or serenity prayer, you can say.
So,
It started with when I was in Alcoholic Anonymous, that there was a serenity prayer for that. And then that is, it comes from the spiritual basis. It's nothing to do with the alcoholism, by the way. It's life principles. I'll just repeat it here. Then I will answer your exact question, what you need to do. Lord, allow me to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Okay, three things.
correct.
Lord, Prabhu, allow me to accept the things I cannot change. There are some
Correct.
things happening in my life I cannot change. Just judge whether you have the full control or not.
Mm,
If you don't have all the control, that means you have no right or not right, no power to control them.
mm,
What you do, you accept the change, accept the things I cannot change.
mm,
I'm powerless. The thing what is happening, it may not be of my liking, but I don't have any control, any power over it. So I should accept it. It's happening in front of my eyes. I have no control to change it. Yeah. So accept. The first is, Lord, please allow me to, accept the things what I
yes,
cannot
yes.
change, courage to change the things I can. Okay. So then it is asking about the courage. If I can change something, then give me that courage. I should not keep quiet if I can change it, but I am not changing it. Hmm. My own experience is this courage to, okay, courage is different. Change the things I can. Fundamentally, after all the experiences of this life and all, I come to a conclusion. I have only thing I can change, that is myself. I cannot change anything which is beyond me. That is my conclusion. If you have something more, it's okay. You can do that. So if I have to change something, I know it needs changing, the courage to do that. So its second part is saying the courage to change, get me the courage to change the things I can. And in my conclusion is I can change only myself. So to changing the part of myself which this is facing, that changing myself will improve the whole thing. The experience of my life, what is today's, all the points are like that only. Hmm.
Mhm,
Courage to change myself. My approach will change. And what is the third point? Wisdom to know the difference.
mhm,
Okay. Out of whatever is come, that is called wisdom. So, what is our today's topic? Life transformation, choose wisely. Wisdom. Wisdom, the developing wisdom will come from that knowing the difference, what those things, what earlier choices I made, and whatever the choices are suggested,
mhm,
by the masters. Those, if I do that, if I follow it, implement it, not knowing, not the intellectual understanding, if I implement those things truly, and we built into my psyche, whether it automatically comes, those choices automatically comes, then it will come, finally it will come that we develop that wisdom so that I don't react to anything external outside me, I respond to it. The response comes from the wisdom, and which is the fully aligned with my soul consciousness. Okay, so with this understanding, I repeat that serenity prayer. What is the prayer? The Lord,
yeah,
allow me to accept the things I cannot change,
change.
Shanti, Shanti. Om.